Hi, we're making a cheese slicer video. That's what we're doing now. So cheese slicers, I got a whole bunch of them here. I already showed you in the previous video, if that video gets released, but I got a lot. So, let's start with the big boy. The big boy, he's got, his arm is off screen. He's got this big old arm, just goes zoop, ta-da. You might think that this mechanism would make it impossible to like cut crooked, but you can because there's quite a bit of wiggle room here, so you can like wiggle it while you're cutting if you wanted. But generally, yeah, if you want to cut straight, it's pretty easy to cut straight as long as you line up the cheese right the first time. Anyways, suppose I'll actually use it then instead of just talking about it. So what you got to do is you got to line it up right, and then just bring down the arm. Oh, also, that was a bad cut. You have to hold the cheese in place pretty firmly, otherwise it will do what it did and moves, and then it shaves and stuff. Bad. No good. So I guess I'll rank these out of 10. This one's gonna be an 8 out of 10. It's the easiest cutter to use. It's just bring down an arm. Easy. Cuts it pretty straight most of the time. But you have to hold that cheese down pretty firmly. But the major downside is cleaning. You get like, and then there's like this big old crack here that you can't see the cheese in the way. This big crack here. You gotta clean that, and then a lot of cleaning. A lot of hard work to clean this boy. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Easiest to use, at least. Now we got my old one, the really shiny, hollow metal. This is actually the only one. I guess that one I just used is kind of adjustable, but this is the only one that's adjustable. It's also really shiny today, like more shiny than usual. But I tightened the screw too much. Let me get my kitchen screwdriver, and this one will work. No, it won't. Yes, it will. So this one can actually adjust how thick the slice is, which is really nice, don't you think? I'm gonna go for a really thin slice, which I don't know how that'll work out, because it brings me to this main complaint for this one. The wire gets really loose really easy. Like right now, it's loose, really loose, and no matter how much you tighten it, it's just gonna come loose again. Like there's screws, and you do the wire, and it just comes loose. There's nothing you can do. It's just loose. But it is adjustable, which is nice, and it cuts pretty decent, except the bottom bit. I don't know why. Probably because it's loose. Because when it's not as loose, I can normally get the bottom to be not that. But, yeah, I don't know if that's the cheese cutter or the loose wire. Because I think the other cheese cutters, I don't have a problem with that usually. But, yeah, there's that cutter. All in all, I'd give it probably a 7 out of 10 because it's adjustable, loose wire. Also just looks bad. I don't like the shiny. I don't like the ugly underside. Yeah. Done with that one. Next one. The ghetto cheese slicer. Doesn't even have a roller. Just have to eyeball it, and the wire's crooked, but it won't come loose. Look at that. Look at how much that's wrapped around there. Look at how blurry that is. Look at that. Look at it, camera. But yeah, I haven't had it for too long. I had it for like 2 days. So lots of experience with this one. But let's cut some cheese and then I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, it's really hard to get it straight because you're just eyeballing it. You don't have a roller, you don't have anything. It's just a wire. It's pretty good. I'll give that one well, the wire doesn't come loose, so probably a 5 out of 10 average cheese cutter. Better than a door stopper. Y'all ever seen that gif of the person trying to cut some bread with a door stopper? It's funny. Makes me laugh every time. Anyways, I'm getting a big pile of cheese over there because I don't want to finish the cheese every time. Otherwise, I'll never get to the cheese cutters. Anyways, done with that one. 5 out of 10. Now what to talk about. There's this one, which is, it has a round handle, unlike the old one here. That's another thing I didn't like about it. The handle is flat and has edges there, so when you're like really going down, you can kind of feel it a little bit if you have delicate hands like me. But this one, round handle, which is nice, but it's plastic, so it feels light and cheap. Has a roller, which is nice. The wire hasn't come loose yet. It doesn't look like it should because the screw is blurry. But the screw is down here and then it wraps around that whole thing there, so I'm thinking it should stay tighter longer than that one. Man, you do not want to focus. But the roller isn't adjustable. It's just one. It's just one, and that's a really thick slice too. Like, brighten it up, yo. It's a really thick slice for normal people. I'm not of the mortal realm, so I can handle that much cheese. But I mean, that's a thick slice. Like if you're putting that on a sandwich, or actually that'd be a good slice for grilled cheese. But if you're putting that on a sandwich, that's a really thick slice. You want something real thin, not this big boy. But let's try them out. Big boy. See, now the bottom's all messed up because I used that one first. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, there's big boy slice. What do I got to compare it to? Got another cheese slice. Let me get it. This one. I think this one was from the shiny one. So, and that's the only size it can cut. This one could go thinner, but because the wire's loose, it's hard to tell how much you're going to cut. But yeah, one size slice all. It works though. The wire doesn't seem like it's going to come loose. I've had this one for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, something like that. 2 weeks, I think. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, red week, blue week. Anyways, just because it's not adjustable, it gets a 6 out of 10. And it's kind of cheap feeling, but we'll see. We got his brother. This is a good cook. Oh, your battery's low. And we're back. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully you're charging fast enough so that you don't die. Where was I? Good cook. This one is good cook. Can't read it because it's just shiny black, but it's good cook. This is Fabware. And this one, it has metal, so it feels better. Makes a better sound when you shake it. I've had this one as long as I had the ghetto one here, that one. So I haven't used it too much, but from what I can tell, peeling off the plastic bits, we got, it doesn't go as far, and it looks like, you can't see, it looks like that wire will come loose, and it is kind of loose. You can't, can you even see the wire? It's right there. You see it? I don't know. But the wire is a little loose already, and just judging by how it goes into that, looks like it'll come loose. Not as easy as this boy, but it's just something to think about. Maybe in a future cooking with CheeseBot, I'll have a where are they now cheese cutter. Oh, and again, not adjustable rollers, just one size cuts all. Big boy slices. I need, you know what I need? This is another good thing about this boy, is that it's good at leveling it out, so when you get big curves from loose cheese cutters, this one can just no more big boy curves. I have a giant pile of cheese. Alright, so now using this one. That's a big boy slice for your big boy grilled cheese. That one probably cuts the best because of that curve there. It just feels good, man. It's the ergonomic grip. I'm sure that's how they market it or something. But yeah, big boy slice. Where's the other big boy slice? Are you the other? You're the other big boy slice. They look like they're about the same big boy slice for your big boy grilled cheese or your big boy cheese sandwich or your big boy cheese sauce. But yeah, it's better than the Good Cook one. What did I give that one? A 6? This one gets a 7. Because it probably cuts the best, but it's one size cuts all, and I don't know how that wire is going to hold up. Anyways, getting stuff out of the way. Yeah. We got the weird one. Weird ones. We got this one. Really shiny. It's a cheese shaver. Not really a cheese slicer, but we'll put it in this video just because I want to talk about it. You could see me in there. I saw that. Anyways, we're just gonna find a good angle to come from. I don't like this thing. It's like a mirror on a stick. No bueno. How do you even like? You like the sound effects there? Really thin boy slices. It is a shaver, not a slicer. Not adjustable, obviously. I think the difficulties were my fault there. Yeah, they were. I don't really know how to use it because I don't like using it, because who wants thin slices? But I don't like it. I guess that's all there is to say about it. I don't really have a use for that because I use the next thing coming up because I think it's a lot easier to use. A lot better. Well, I don't know about better, but easier. But yeah, there's mirror on a stick. I give that boy a 3 out of 10. Because this boy, the all-in-one patent pending, who knows, it's just all-in-one. So it's got big shred, it's got little shred, it's got tiny shred, super fancy shred, and it's got that, which is what that thing does as well. And what I like about this is that you move the cheese along the board, which is really nice, and that thing cut crooked. So let's get the last cheese cutter to level this one out. It's called a knife. I tricked you. So I had another cheese cutter. Nope, just a knife. Probably should have used the big boy with the cheese arm. I'm going to have so much cheese This stuff's going in a bag. I have a big pile of cheese. Big pile of cheese here. I'm not eating all that in one sitting. Anyways, back to the all-in-one boy. They're all boys, by the way, if you haven't picked up on that. You bring the cheese across there, and it does that. I did a poor job because I was trying to keep it in frame, but whatever, you get the point. That is a lot easier to use than mirror on a stick here. I guess it's just easier to move the cheese along the board than move the board along the cheese. The only downside is when you're moving the cheese along, you move it that way because that's how it cuts. And when the cheese is big enough, it hits this. And then you get, did I do it? I didn't do it. But like one of these sides will get all messed up because it's hitting that. No bueno. And again, it's a cheese shaver, not really a slicer, but chuck it in this video. I give it probably a 5, just because you hit this a lot. Especially if you're trying to go fast, you're going to hit that. So, clap. Best cheese slicer is probably the board, the big boy. With his only downside, his only real downside being cleaning. I don't think this wire is going to come loose. Oh, that's another thing I don't think I mentioned. When you're slicing with this one, you can't really see it, but there's like twisties, like they twisted the wire around to tighten it up. It's off screen. What's going on here? Get this cheese out of the way. Lots of cheese. So much cheese around here. They got all these twisty doodads to hold the wire on, so the wire isn't going to come loose, but when you're slicing it, if your cheese isn't that big, you're going to get some stuff. Which isn't a big deal, but it's not aesthetically pleasing to my eyeball. But yeah, big boy best cutter. This one is probably a second, just because it's like really easy. I don't like that. With its downside being, I don't know how that wire is going to hold up. Loose wire, one size. Then third place, it's gonna probably be Shiny Boy here, just because adjustable. That's the only reason. I mean, if you really care about the rest, it's probably fourth place Ghetto Man, fifth place Cheap Man, sixth place Mirror on a Stick Man. Oh, Knife. Knife is third. No, Knife is fourth. Yeah, Knife comes after Shiny Boy. But yeah, that's cheese slicers. Almost 10 minutes. Oh, do I have to stall for like 30 seconds so I can get my 10 minutes in? No. Anyways, that was a good video. Great video. Best video. Well planned video. Totally planned video. I'll see y'all next time. Quick, stop it before it's